Why does remembering a new friend's name feel like your brain and tongue just broke up over text? You've been introduced, smiled, nodded, and seconds later, poof, gone. It's not rude. It's not you being a bad person. It's actually a fascinating brain quirk that gets worse with age. And there's one weird, proven fix. The other night I met someone at a dinner party. We chatted for 10 minutes, laughed about our shared love for obscure documentaries. When I walked away, I realized I had no idea what their name was. I felt that familiar wave of shame. So I Googled it later. Turns out this is a nearly universal experience that science calls the next name effect, and it has nothing to do with how smart you are. Here's the truth. Bomb. Your brain doesn't actually care about names. Not really. According to a landmark 2014 study from the University of Oxford, when you meet someone new, your brain prioritizes visual features, face shape, eye color, smile, over the auditory noise of a name. Names are arbitrary labels. They don't tell your ancient brain anything about whether this person is a threat or an ally. So your brain says, I'll store the face. Name? Meh, maybe later. And later never comes. But here's the part that gets truly unsettling. This bias hardens with age. Take my Uncle Dave. At 52, he's a sharp guy, runs his own business. But at a family reunion last year, he introduced me to his new neighbor for the third time. I had to whisper, Uncle Dave, we just met them last month. His face fell. He said, I swear names just evaporate the moment I hear them. Sound familiar? It's not his memory failing, it's his brain's neural pathways getting more rigid. The good news? There's a fix that's almost laughably simple. Point 2. We've been taught the wrong technique. Most people try to repeat the name immediately. Nice to meet you, Sarah. But research from Texas A&M shows that rote repetition actually fails because it doesn't create an emotional anchor. Your brain ignores boring data. It remembers relevant data. The key is to attach a vivid, weird, or deeply personal association within 3 seconds of hearing the name. Think Sarah with the contagious laugh, or Mike who looks like he could wrestle a bear. The more absurd the connection, the stickier the memory. And for an older brain, this trick is like upgrading from dial-up to fiber optic. My neighbor Clara, she's 68, started using this method after she forgot her grandson's friend's name at a birthday party. She pictured the kid's name, Leo, next to a grumpy lion that had his exact same frown. Next time she saw him, Leo, right? The lion kid. He laughed. She never forgot again. Neuroscientists call this the elaborative encoding principle. The more sensory and emotional the link, the stronger the neural trace. It works at any age, but for brains over 40, it's a lifeline. Here's the deepest insight. Forgetting names isn't just annoying, it's quietly damaging your relationships. A 2019 study from Harvard Business School found that people whose names are remembered feel 30% more valued and respected. Think about that. Every forgotten name is a tiny missed opportunity to strengthen a bond. And as we age, our social circles naturally shrink, so remembering becomes even more critical. The trick: stop trying to save the name. Instead, turn it into a question. Ask yourself, why does this person's name sound like the name of a pirate? Or, what color is this name? It sounds silly, but it bypasses your brain's lazy filtering and forces deep encoding. Last month, I was at a conference and met a woman named Priya. Instead of panicking, I pictured the Indian dish, puri, bouncing in a colorful market. It was ridiculous, but I remembered. When I saw her again 3 hours later, I said, Priya, right? Enjoying the event? Her face lit up. She said, wow, most people forget immediately. That tiny moment of recognition created instant rapport. This isn't a parlor trick, it's a relational superpower. and it's available to all of us. So why does this matter beyond social grace? Because being seen, truly seen, is a fundamental human need. The same research on loneliness we've talked about shows that when people feel unseen, their immune system actually weakens. Remembering a name is a small but powerful signal that says, "You matter to me. You are not invisible."